Tonight we'll be looking at service, and our guest is Allan Ntambi, past District Rotaract representative. Allan is in Nigeria for some Rotaract work. Allan, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
How was your trip?
My trip was fantastic. It's been a couple of learning and good experiences in Nigeria.
So why are you in Nigeria?
I am here in Nigeria. I came to attend, I was invited to attend the Nigerota, the National Rotaract Conference. Nigeria has 6 districts, Rotary districts. Actually, it's the only country with such number of districts in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And I was interested to come and see what the young people are doing down here in Nigeria, but also share with them best practices on how best we can grow ourselves as young people while we transform our communities.
Well, Rotaract spans more than 180 countries and territories.
Yeah.
From your leadership experience, what do you believe unites young leaders globally, and what unites them even beyond the cultural, the political, and the social differences? What is that magic binding factor that holds young people together to serve?
Now, what brings us together is the common goal, the service to humanity.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we come together and we forget our religious affiliations. We forget our political affiliations.
Mm-hmm.
We forget our own needs, but look out to the greater good to build the communities that we live in. Because I want to say some of us, most of us young people that are in Rotaract are privileged to be where we are. But then what worries us is the communities we live in. If we do not sustain them, if we do not help them catch up, get closer to where we are, then we are equally in a danger. And it's what every other person out there needs to be looking out. Because yes, you will hide in your fence and you have the security at your gate. But what about when you walk out of your gate on the streets?
What happens to you?
What happens to you? Yes, you're looking good. You're taking care of your own children. You're taking them to good schools. That's perfect, thank you. But guess what? Your daughter, your son, is going to meet that other person, young person, who has not been brought up well, who has been brought up in a very hard life. And they are bringing you such a person as your daughter-in-law, as your son-in-law, not cultured, not given the opportunity you gave your children. Eventually, it is catching up with you. So
somehow it will rub off on you.
Definitely. Now, Rotaract gives us an opportunity to address that.
Okay, let me talk about you. You're a young person.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why you had to travel all the way, thousands of miles, doing Rotary and Rotaract work. What is inspiration? What drives you?
I have grown up as a young man. At a certain point, I have also been in need. I remember I was almost dropping out of school. My father is a retired army officer in Uganda. And then at one point, he could not pay for my school fees. But I'd associated with Rotary as an Interact. I know Rotary has several levels. The Interact Club for young people in high school, the Rotaract Club for young people, young professionals and tertiary institutions, then Rotary. So I'd associated with Rotary as a young person. Then I knew if I dare drop out of school, then I'll not have an opportunity. There will not be space for me in the Rotary fraternity. But getting the opportunity then to get better Then I thought I also need to help other people see things the way I see them, making them get better. For example, I was in Ghana last week. I am here in Nigeria, but also I have a job. I'm employed somewhere. So what inspires me is seeing other young people every day get better, other young people transforming themselves. And you know, we keep telling young people, our elders keep telling us that young people are the future of tomorrow's leaders, are the future's leaders. Maybe I should pose a question here. When is the future? And where is it? Because yesterday we addressed today as tomorrow, right? And then tomorrow, and then we can say tomorrow. And certainly we just have a few minutes to tomorrow, which will now become the today. So that's what inspires me. Telling the young people that, now there's nothing like the future. It's not there. The future is now. And if we are the leaders of the future, that means we are the leaders of today. So let's start now to make the world we want to see.
That leads me to asking, are the young people ready to lead today and lead tomorrow? I mean, we see a lot of slacking on the part of young people. Mm-hmm. Drugs, cults, mm-hmm. alcoholism, prostitution, and this, what some people have called generational selfishness. Are they really ready to lead today and lead tomorrow?
I would say readiness is relative. But also readiness is it's not a one-day thing. You need to have a starting point. Where is the starting point? And the starting point is now. It's now, everywhere, wherever you are. It's now. There is never going to be a readiness or you being ready unless you start now. If you cannot speak to people, if you cannot stand in the crowd and say a word, we are saying start now. How do you say good morning or good evening to your parent? How do you say hi guys? How do you mobilize your friends to do something? And that's what inspires me. That's why I'm in Nigeria. Nigeria's GDP, last I checked, was at $358 billion. Where I come from, our GDP is just $48 billion in Uganda. But when I look at the Rotary and Rotaract in Uganda, I want to believe there is something my Nigerian friends and family can learn from Uganda. Mm-hmm. And that's why I came to touch base with them, telling them that, what, we can do this. And I'm telling them it's just a matter of looking at priorities. What are your life's priorities? What is it that you want to see? And after knowing what you want to see, or even what you want to know, then the how becomes easier. But when you know the what and understand why you need to do it, then answering the how becomes easy. Because you have now you know what you want to do. And then you're convicted by the why. If I don't do this, this is what will come. So that answers your why. So young people in drugs, yes, they are there. And maybe I want to go back to our leaders. Mm-hmm. And when I say our leaders, I go back to our parents. I go back to our leaders at where we work from. I go back to our teachers. The mentorship we get. The unfortunate bit of it is that many people has classified mentorship as me sitting in front of you and you speak to me. And I want us to have a different dimension looking at mentorship for young people. And this is my appeal to our elders. Please, let's look at mentorship differently now. What you want us to become, please do that. Let's just watch you do it.
Leading by example.
Lead by example. Please don't tell us to do it. You want us to dress well, decently, dress decently. You want us to be not to be corrupt people, don't be corrupt. You don't want us to lie, don't lie, because certainly we know when you're lying. And that way, Africa will be secured.
Ntambi, is that not what they call buck passing? You know, I'm talking about the challenges that a lot of young people are having, and probably what people of your generation are doing to make that better. And you're pushing the buck to parents and the older ones.
I am actually not pushing it. The Africans,
because
where I come
the
from...
The implication of what you're saying is that we are not leading by example.
Where I come from, we have a saying, that the old bird teaches the young bird how to fly. Even I am a father. Most of the things I see my young daughter doing at home, I clearly see it is a replica of either my behavior or the mother's behavior. Because she learns firsthand by seeing, by observing.
Okay. How about those that are already caught in the web? Maybe some people around them have not led by example, have not set the right, put them on the right track, had not shown them the right way, and they are caught in the web. Let's talk about the kind of work Rotary will do in those directions.
And that's why some of us are here. That's why we have the 4,500 Rotaractors in Nigeria, in the 6 districts. And they are coming to the communities, to the fellow young people, to tell them that, look, I am here, I am your age, I am your age mate. I am not using the drugs and I'm surviving. I am comfortably okay. Okay? I don't have the much money that you think you should be having right now. But you know what? I wake up every day diligently and go to work. When I'm given work to do at my workplace, I am very responsible to deliver. That's what young people in Rotaract do. The first goal of Rotaract is develop professional and leadership skills. And the second one is to emphasize respect for the right of others and promote ethical standards. Now, these ethical standards are the examples we portray out to the young people. And I want to tell employers out there, if you want the right person to employ, look into Rotaract. You'll be amazed.
That's what PR you're doing.
I mean, look into Rotaract. Be very deliberate. Into Rotaract.
Is it because of the kind of training?
Because of the mentorship.
Ghana from...
Because of the training. And imagine they are doing these kind of works not paid. For example, I led Rotaract in my district as DRR. And one of the things I did most was public image, public relations, marketing the organization. So after my year as a district Rotaract representative, I was invited for a job at one of the universities in Uganda. The professor is a Rotarian and he told me my university is struggling with public image. And I told him I have not done PR for an organization. He told me I've seen you doing it and I know you will do it. Now young people have skills. that need to be put to use. And that's where young people in Rotaract, you see them going for medical camps, you see them using their skills, teaching. I attended a project in Ghana last week where I saw young people teaching the communities to make shoes, to make money. Where I saw young people teaching young girls how to make sanitary pads. I saw young people teaching the communities how to make liquid soap, empowering them economically. And then I see governments, I don't know in Nigeria, but back home, I see governments spend a lot of money on empowering communities with such skills. Sometimes the money never goes where it's supposed to go. But then these young people are coming in. So our role as young people in Rotaract, and why I think every parent should consider having their children join Rotaract, is the change of mindset, the commitment to do work, being community aware. That's what Rotaract does.
Today's young people are really what we could call people of the digital age. And you know, the world is their forte. You know, they are globally minded.
Yeah.
And you see them very passionate about change. And I'm asking, how is your organization leveraging, you know, on technology, innovation, and collaboration to empower this new generation of young people? How are you doing that?
Now, at Rotaract Africa, when I came into office as president, I realized that we have some lot of untapped potential. We have over 19,000 young people in Rotaract Africa, in 47 African countries. And I was like, what do we use these numbers for? So that they are not just numbers. And then I realized we have so many young professionals. We have those in the tech world like me. I'm a data and software engineer.
Okay.
We have those in the teaching profession. We have those in the medical world, in the all the sectors of life. So, and I'm telling them, how can I be in Uganda and I impact someone in Liberia without going there? And that's where the digital world comes in. We are creating what we call, for example, the Rotaract Africa Leadership Academy. Free of charge.
Is it virtual?
Virtual. It's virtual. Then I reach out to experienced leaders like you. I tell you know what, you do not have to leave Nigeria. Can you give us an hour of a lecture online? And then I'll give you the audience. I'll put together 1,000 young people. You speak to them all over Africa. And you're offering your services to these young people, but you would have impacted the generation in Africa. Digital. We are asking them, come let's learn some skills. Okay? You have a Facebook page of 5,000 followers. Instead of posting a picture when you're at maybe a food hub somewhere, telling us how you're enjoying chicken, why don't you ask Signature TV to influence for Signature TV? Tell them, you know what, I have 4,000 or 5,000 followers. I'd like to be posting Signature TV's programs on my platform. And then you can get money, because trust me, Signature TV has a budget for public relations. Even what it does most is still offer platforms for businesses to grow, for communities to grow. So you would have widened Signature TV's reach. And that's what we are telling young people. Use these platforms. You have your Instagram. You have 10,000 followers. How are you making money out of it? And this is one of the programs now we are doing with the young people in Africa.
Okay. Looking ahead, what bold dreams and innovations do you envision for the Rotaract movement in the next maybe decade, especially as we lead this group in Africa?
Recently, we had a discussion on our forum, having a strategy about Rotaract at 2030. We have over 45,000 Rotarians on the African continent. And then we have the 19,000 young people between the age of 18 to maybe 30 Rotaractors. And these are the future Rotarians. So our dream is to see these young people get into work, get into the job market as professionals, people of integrity, people of goodwill, people that are community aware. And what is this going to do? It's not just a solution for Rotaract. It's a solution for the African continent. You should be knowing about the 4-way tests. Of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? When I'm trying to do something, is it fair to other people, or is it only fair to me? Will it build goodwill? And if we ask young people, we're asking young people to lead their life reflecting on these principles, so that we can, it's not just about Rotaract, but have a continent, have communities that are not selfish. It's not just about them, but it's also about the others. That way we are building a community of people of integrity that are going to run our continent.
Allan Ntambi, that's a beautiful way to end our conversation. And I must thank you for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me today.
But before I let you go, tonight, your presence here has reminded us that real leadership is born not from power, but from service and vision. Across every border, young leaders are building the future with courage, hope, and unity. As the world mourns the passing of His Holiness the Pope, and as the conclave prepares to choose the next spiritual guide, we are reminded that the call for compassionate, borderless leadership is greater than ever. May we rise to the challenge, and may hope continue to light our way forward. Let's keep believing in the power of service and the dream of our united world. I won't let you go until I leave you with this.
Oh. Thank you.
And that's our program for tonight. I've been Martin Obiora Ilu from Enugu in Nigeria. Thanking you for watching and asking you that we have to do this again tomorrow night at 11 p.m.
Thank you. It's been an honor. Thank you for having me, sir. Thank you. And thank you for supporting the young people informed and told
Thank you.
of the great service.